Alright, what's up y'all? This is West to East Quest and I'm Igor, and this is Istanbul, one of the greatest cities in the world. On this channel I explore everything connected to the East. In this video we're going to be checking out some of the key places in Istanbul, and I'm going to show you how life is like. And welcome to the great city, one of my favorite cities, Istanbul. Welcome to Istanbul.
ISTIKLAL Street, the beating heart of Istanbul.
So one of the favorite places in Istanbul is of course the Beyoğlu area, and this is ISTIKLAL Street.
Now we're gonna tune into ISTIKLAL Street, the beating heart of Istanbul. Every city has a heart, and definitely Istanbul's beating heart is ISTIKLAL Street. This street is located in the middle of a 1,000-year-old history. It has hosted people from hundreds of nationalities. It has kept a part of a culture of these nations for hundreds of years. Today, this street is one of the first places that domestic and foreign tourists visit when they come to Istanbul. It contains dozens of local and global brands and historical monuments with different cultures, and also different embassies, for example, Russian, Swedish, Dutch, and others.
We're on the main street of Istiklal. Here is the Russian embassy. Check it out.
So here's the Consulate General of the Russian Federation in the Istanbul ISTIKLAL Street. The Consulate General of Russian Federation in Istanbul, built in 1838 to 1845 as the premises of the Embassy of the Russian Empire in Constantinople, in the Russian neoclassical style according to the project, and by personal control of G. Fossati, who was later in charge of reconstruction works in Hagia Sophia. According to the legend, the building was partly erected on the soil which brought from Russia by sea. The palace is considered to be a masterpiece of the palatial architecture and is duly believed to be one of the most beautiful buildings in whole of Istanbul. It also has a fantastic tasty places for unforgettable street delicacies and tremendous atmosphere all throughout the ISTIKLAL Street from the beginning till the end. By the 17th century, the street stretched from the Galata Tower to the barracks of the Galata Palace. In the 18th century, Beyoğlu continued to expand along the Grand Rue de Pera axis. Beyoğlu continued to expand. During this period, the Consulate General of the Netherlands in Istanbul was broadened. Basilica and St. Anthony of Padua and the Church of Santa Maria Draperies were built. At the beginning of the 19th century, Beyoğlu was kind of a cottage and suburb of Galata. The complete shaping of the street was in the second half of the 19th century. During this period, Ottoman intellectuals, dynamic and young nobles adapted the European lifestyles. During this period, the European Levantines built entertainment and resting places, luxurious and elegant buildings in the Grand Rue de Pera. The lifestyle of a La Belle Epoque in Paris was embodied here during the reign of Abdulaziz. Mounted trams, tunnels, and electricity were established during this period. All these developments further improved the Tünel Taksim axis. In the 20th century, this street, which took the name of ISTIKLAL Street with the proclamation of the Turkish Republic, lived its golden age in this period and had a significant period with its hotels, patisseries, cafes, restaurants, cinemas, theaters, and great lifestyle. The cultures of the White Russians who came to the area with the October Revolution of 1917 created an extraordinary period here. In the first quarter of the 20th century, it was a place where people from many nationalities spoke their language and brought their culture. Turkification and tax policies carried out have resulted in the migration of other nations from the region. All these events led to the impoverishment and corruption of ISTIKLAL Street. Istanbul also suffered from immigration in the 1950s. In the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s, ISTIKLAL Street lost its soul. Restorations and cleanings in the early 90s raised Istiklal Avenue again.